Hey, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review. Going to talk about the brand new edition of Pink Floyd's Live at Pompeii. If you're a Pink Floyd fan, if you've ever seen this, go get it right now. Just don't bother with the review. This is the best it's ever looked, the best it's ever sounded, and you get multiple versions of it. Two missed opportunities here. Let me go ahead and say this first. Why is this not in 4K? It was restored in 4K. Mark my words, 6 months to a year from now, Sony will release a 4K edition. Mark my words. We'll write that down right now. Here, what is it, May 16th, 2025? Also, why didn't we get a box set? It would have been easy to do a box set. You've got the movie on Blu-ray. You've got the soundtrack available for the first time on CD. Then you could have put the 4K in there or a special whatever, a book in there, charged like $50 for it. They could have made more money. They do box sets. They did a box set for the debut album. Not everybody wants all the extra stuff that was on that, even though it was a really cool edition. And they've done the early years box set and things like that. So why didn't we get a box set for this? Anyway, I like that there was Burning Shed in the UK offered a bundle. If you wanted to buy the Blu-ray and the CDs, you could get both of those in one box for a discount. Thought that was a pretty good deal, but there was no box set and no 4K for a movie that was meticulously restored in 4K. All right, that's the negatives. This is the best the movie has ever looked. Supposedly, they went frame by frame and restored it in 4K. I've seen this movie on VHS 1,000 times. I've seen it on DVD a bunch, but I didn't like the DVD because they added that animated stuff. And we didn't really need some extra stuff added to what was already a classic film. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, in the early 70s, Pink Floyd had the bright idea to go set up all their equipment in a burned-out stadium in Pompeii, Italy, and get a real movie film crew, to film them and record them just playing their music. There's no audience there. A lot of it's during the day. They take their shirts off. It's getting hot. Some of the stuff's at night. There's a lot of improvisation. If you're a fan of the band, this is quintessential Pink Floyd. In college, we watched this thing over and over. Why? Well, for many reasons, to be perfectly honest, but the main reason is the musicality. These guys are jamming. For Pink Floyd, who is a band that even into the 80s, you didn't really know what they look like. They didn't put pictures in their album covers, just maybe a colorized picture of a head or something. They just weren't those kind of rock stars. And here you are in a film that was released twice in the 70s, once as just the concert film, and then later with the additional behind-the-scenes footage of them recording Dark Side of the Moon. So the movie plays out now. You can watch either. You can watch just the concert and have just music, or you can watch the theatrical version of the film, and you will get a song. Then they go, here we are in the studio as Roger Waters fools around with a keyboard and a sequencer to make those sounds that you heard on Dark Side of the Moon. The movie was released in 71 and I believe in 73, 74. Sorry I didn't look any of this up. I'm just a big fan of the film. Like I said, it's got some weird scenes of Pink Floyd walking over some volcanic stuff mixed in with them just jamming. And these are some long versions of these songs, but they're really playing the bass. They're really playing the drums, really playing the guitar, really singing, putting it all together with a movie crew filming them in this just extravagant place. Now, David Gilmour several years ago went back to Pompeii and played his solo show there with an audience. And they set up a great laser system, a great lighting system, lit up the whole thing. It was fantastic. And that also should get a 4K release because it was originally filmed in 4K. Maybe one day. But it's one of the best Blu-ray concerts I own. The sound quality is fantastic. The colors are fantastic. The filming of it was incredible. But this, going back to the early 70s, the filming of it's great because they filmed it on actual film. They made the decision that this is a film crew. We're going to make something epic out of this. It's pillar boxed. It's square with the black bars on the side, but that's the way it was. There's been no tinkering like that new stuff with the animation and stuff. So on the Blu-ray, like I said, you get the full concert or you get the theatrical film. You get it in 5.1 and Dolby Atmos, done by our friend, Steven Wilson. He's the best guy in surround sound these days, or at least one of the top three, and he's done an amazing job here, as he usually does. His 5.1 mixes have been Grammy nominated, and he's done I assume, close to hundreds of them. Anyway, I have a lot of them. His Marillion, his Jethro Tull, his Yes. These surround sound mixes are incredible. So he got to work on Pink Floyd. He said it was a dream come true for him to work on this. And for this to be the first time that the music's been released on CD. So he did a stereo mix, a 5.1 mix, and an Atmos mix. If you want an Atmos setup, you want to go that route. But if you want a more full sound and maybe a little more, it's a little more full in the 5.1 for reasons that they're not placing everything in space. It's more of a traditional concert sound. But the Atmos mix is spectacular. They do some things that you don't expect, especially when they're in the studio and stuff. I think it's a great package right now. It's like $25.99 on Amazon. That you can also get the CDs for about $21. Not bad if you want to get all that together. I don't know how much I would listen to the CDs because, like I said, these are very long and experimental versions of some of these songs. But I will put the Blu-ray on and let it play because the 5.1 mix and the Dolby Atmos mix are incredible. So the CDs, I don't know if I would watch one without the other, maybe, or listen to one without the other. Sorry it took me so long, but I wanted to digest this. This is a movie that I've owned and spent a lot of time with for a long time. A lot of people have never seen this movie. Again, it's young Pink Floyd by themselves in a burned out stadium in Pompeii, some intercut shots of them walking around some volcanoes, some intercut shots of them recording the classic album Dark Side of the Moon. If that sounds interesting to you, know that the entire film has been restored in 4K, even though it's only on Blu-ray, and it's in Dolby 5.1 and Dolby Atmos. It sounds and looks spectacular. So I'm hoping for a 4K or a box set down the road. I just picked up the Blu-ray for now, but it gets my highest recommendation. It's one of the things that fit into the Pink Floyd pantheon of music that is one of my all-time favorite things ever to just pull out and listen to. Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii. It's available on Blu-ray and CD. Enjoy. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts on the way. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. That's actually a big deal. And have a wonderful day.